Yeah, but so my friend, welcome back to a brand new Let's Get right into it. Boom, David, not David Benavidez, fucking Tank Davis just went out there and proves to everybody why he is the king of 135, and he most likely will be fucking Shakur Stevenson. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about what each of these motherfuckers should do. Because Frank Ocean, that's who I call Frank Martin, put up a great ass fucking performance. Now, I know he got his ass knocked out, but that doesn't mean he didn't put up a good performance. He was winning the early rounds. What fucked him out during the late rounds was his inexperience. He didn't have the same experience as Tank did, and his trainer knew that. What were they saying throughout the whole fight week? You don't have experience, you don't have the same experience as us, and that's what's going to cause your downfall, right? So what happened here? You hear you now. All right, bet. So what happened? What happened with Tank? Frank couldn't get Tank respect. Frank couldn't get Tank respect, and that would led to fucking Frank getting his ass kicked. But now we're not going to talk about the fight. We talked about the fight. We're here to talk about who should they fight next, because there's a lot of questions about who should Tank fight, because there's a lot of people asking for Tank to fight. You got Inoue, you got Shakur, you got Loma, you got other people at 140, you got Ryan Garcia, you got hella people, right? So let's start with Tank. Let's start with the winner, then we can start with the loser. Who I think Tank should fight next, and it may be, I don't think this is a controversial take, but it makes the most sense. I think Tank should fight next is Lomachenko. Yes, you heard me right. I think the next person Tank should fight is Lomachenko around November. And now I know people gonna say, why not Shakur? And to that, I say just wait, cámate, chico. We were going to get that, but think of this situation. Just imagine this, right? Tank's fight Lomachenko. And sadly, since Lomachenko is fighting Tank when fucking Lomachenko is too old, like if it was Lomachenko prime, maybe Lomachenko will win, but I just see Tank knocking out Lomachenko. Maybe Lomachenko wins, but in this scenario, imagine Tank's beat Lomachenko, right? Then you have Shakur versus Denise for unification. Most likely Shakur beats Denise, right? And then what happens that you have Tank versus Shakur for undisputed. That's the end game now. Why the fuck are we going to do Shakur versus Tank for unification? I know that'd be a big fight, but like that's way too early. You're rushing it. For me, I feel like wouldn't it be better for Tank when Tank versus Shakur happens is for the king of the division. It's for, they can say whoever wins is the man of the division. Because if you have Tank versus Shakur, this like most likely around like November instead of Loma, it's just for unification and nobody's undisputed. You still have two other champions, right? Yes, you could do Loma versus Denise for Ukraine, a big Ukraine card. But I say fuck that. Like honestly, fuck that. I'd rather have Denise fight Shakur. Most likely Shakur wins that. Shakur has 2 belts now. You do Tank versus Lomachenko. And now Tank has 2 belts because he beat Lomachenko. And around 2025, probably a year from here, or around summer or winter or springtime, you do Tank versus Shakur undisputed. Imagine how big that'd be. That'll be way bigger than you just do it for unification. If you do it if it's for undisputed, the king of this division, you definitely go sell way more tickets. It's what Floyd said. It's what Floyd wanted Ryan Garcia to do with Devin Haney. Floyd wanted Ryan Garcia to fight Rolly first, to get his belt, beat him, get his belt, and then do Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney unification, right? That's what Floyd wanted Ryan Garcia did. That's why Ryan Garcia pulled out of that Devin Haney talk. That's why he stopped talking to Devin Haney and tried to get that Rolly fight, right? But obviously that didn't happen, and it kind of still went Ryan Garcia way. It still went the way that Ryan Garcia wanted it to, because it looked like he couldn't even make 140, but still. That's what I think should happen. I don't want Tank versus Shakur already. I think we should wait for that. And I know the dark horse is Tank versus Inoue. I know people are like, why are you talking about Inoue? Because Tank weighed at 133. That's super underweight. And he still knocked out the shit out of fucking Frank Ocean. That should tell you something. How far, and Tank barely even cut weight. You know, we all seen the video where Tank go to the fucking corner store, to the bodega, right? And he just buy candy, he just buying shit because he knows he's gonna make weight, right? So the fact that he's doing that, it makes you think how much he could probably go at 130. He could definitely make 130 easily, and he could probably make 126 easily. So if he wants a money fight, him versus Inoue at 126 or 130 will be a great fight. But that probably happens in a year or two, because Inoue is still at 122, and I don't know how long he's going to take to move up. And I don't think his first opponent 126 should be Tank, because I do think Tank's beat Inoue, even though I'm a big Inoue fan, but I'm also a Tank fan. But still, that would be my plan. If I'm Tank manager, if I'm fucking the control of everything, I'm the puppet master, and I get to choose what happened. I have Tank beat Lomachenko. Hey, maybe Lomachenko wins. You never know. Lomachenko's chin is going to get Lomachenko's chin is going to get tested in that fight 100%. We're going to see if Lomachenko has that chin, right? But that's what I do. I have Lomachenko versus Tank. Tank most likely wins that. I do Shakur versus Denise. Obviously, Shakur wins that. I know some people want Loma versus Denise, big Ukraine card, but I'm like, nah, it's not really worth it. I mean, it depends if they even want to do it, but like I said, you do Shakur versus Denise, Tank versus Loma, and the most likely Tank and Shakur wins that, and then you do Shakur versus Tank. And Shakur versus Tank, I think Tank wins that, bro. I don't know. To beat Tank, you need to survive his power. You need to have a shin. And I'm not sure anybody has a shin enough to survive that motherfucker. Granted, Shakur's shin never been tested. And again, he's another southpaw. But like I said, you also need power. You need respect. Tank is not going to respect Shakur. So I think the same thing that happened to Frank will happen to Shakur. But I don't know. Like Tank... Shakur has to put up a good performance July 6th to see if he has what it takes to beat Tank. Because right now, I'm saying no. I'm saying if Tank Shakur happens, Tank wins. But enough with Tank. We already talked about Tank. That's what I think should happen. I don't think he should fight Shakur next. I think he should fight Lomachenko next. Hopefully it happens. Bar Aram says it's going to happen anyways. Hope that shit happens anyways. But now, Frank Martin, this inexperienced motherfucker. He was doing so good in the beginning, bro. You should have seen Tank fucking face. He had a black eye. Tank literally had a black eye, bro. He was getting caught. He was getting hit with that left hand. But his inexperience fucked him up in the end. But who should Frank Martin fight next? There's a lot of people 135. And to be honest, in my opinion, I think Frank Ocean's top 10 in this division. He proved to me he's top 10 in the division. He's still good. Look how much good he did against fucking Tank, bro. It's not like fucking Tank is a, Tank is a elite ass motherfucker. And he was holding his own until the late rounds, until he got fucked up. So, you can do Frank Martin versus Cambosis. You can do Frank Martin versus Navarrete. You can do Frank versus any of the top guys versus 135. I just want him back when he's good and ready. I want him to come back. I want him a pick-me-up fight. I want him a fight to be like, oh yeah, I'm still him. I'm still fucking Frank Martin. I hope his team is around him like, yo, you did your best. You were just too inexperienced, but this is just the beginning. Take this loss, Frank. Use it as experience. And I'm telling you, he's probably going to be a way better fighter because of this. I'm telling you, he's going to be a way better fighter because of this. Just because Frank Ocean got his ass, Just because he got his ass kicked and knocked out doesn't mean he's a bad fighter. He shows in there that he has a lot of potential, and I hope he used this loss as a stepping zone to get to that potential like Canelo did when he lost to Floyd Mayweather. A loss doesn't mean your career is done. It's just a little bump in the road. It's like a side quest. Okay, side quest, let's learn this. Okay, let's get back in the road and let's get back in the fucking game. Because I hardly believe he's 135, top 10 135er. Put anybody in the one, anybody who's not a world champion. I honestly think he could beat Denise. I think Frank Ocean can beat Denise. You heard me right. I think Frank Ocean can beat Denise. I think he can beat Naravente. I think he gives Lomachenko trouble. I just think bro, I think he gives Shakur troubles too. The only thing that made him lose this fight was tank power. And the rest of 135 doesn't really have power. Shakur doesn't have power. Denise doesn't have power. Lomachenko doesn't have power. So if Frank Martin fought any of them, I think he have a better chance of beating them. I'm telling you, bro. I believe in Frank Martin. Very excited to see where his career grows. And he can move up to 140. Because there's no secret. His national weight is not 135. He's a big motherfucker for 135. We all seen his fucking weigh-in. He looked like a dead ass motherfucker, bro. He looked like that motherfucker. Like, I'm the captain now. Frank Ocean looked like I'm the captain now, from Captain fucking Phillip, bro. You cannot call me a liar, bro, or racist. He looked exactly like that motherfucker because he was so dehydrated. Even Tank saw that, right? So maybe he don't want to stay at 135. Maybe Frank Ocean want to move up to 140 and try to do some damage there. Bro, I'm telling you, I see Frank Martin with a lot of potential, bro. I may be Dick Ryan, but I think Frank Martin has a lot of potential. I see him. I think he beats Devin Haney. I think he gives Teofimo some trouble, but I think Teofimo wins that. I think he gives fucking Perro, who just beat Matias, trouble. Now Pitbull is a good fight. I do think Pitbull wins that, but it's a close fight, bro. I think Frank Martin is going to be here for good, bro. Look what happened with Pitbull. Yes, I know Pitbull didn't get knocked out, but I feel like the same thing that happened with Pitbull is going to happen to Frank Martin. Mark my words. Hopefully he doesn't get this loss. It doesn't fuck him up. I truly believe he will be back. It depends. Do you want to stay at 135 or you want to go to 140? Either way, you're going to do good. Either way, he's going to find good opponents and fuck him up. You have to decide. I still think he can do some good at 135. There's some good matchups he can have at 135. Very good match at 135. But since you're like, I can't really become world champion because of Tank, and Tank most likely go claim this division, you can try to go to 140 and claim that division. But like I said, I believe in Frank Martin, and I think he's still good. But anyways, guys, that's who they should fight next. Tank, Lomachenko, fucking Frank. Depends. If you're going to 135, give him Cambosis or give him Naravante or give him anybody from the top 10 from 135, he'd beat him. Or if you're going to 140, give him Rolly. Him versus Rolly would be a good fight. I would like to see that fight. Give it anybody from the top 20, 140, 30. He probably beats them all. But yeah, guys. Frank Martin, Tank, GG's. See you guys next time. Peace.